Hi everyone, and welcome to another Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube live session. And this is session number 153 that I hold every week on Sunday, 8:30 p.m. Brisbane time. And tonight, I'm going to talk about if you need to be validated as an engineer to work as an engineer here in Australia. But first, for those that don't know me, my name is Gerson Ida. I'm the founder of the website www.engineersinaustralia.com, a website that I created to share content of value, recognition as an engineer here in Australia. And I also talk about other subjects related to engineering, especially about how you can get your first professional job here in Australia. And tonight, it is a mix of the two series, how to get a professional job in Australia and the engineering qualification validation in Australia, because the two subjects are close related in tonight's live session. Sorry. But a little bit of a hay fever today. So it's a little bit colder tonight, so I get some sneeze. But before I start, I would like to know, do you know the difference between being validated as an engineer and being registered as an engineer? If you do, please write yes in the comments. And if you don't, please write no in the comments. So I would be interested to know your opinion. And because there will be few things, and some people they think it's the same, other people they think it's different, and it is certainly different between being validated as an engineer and being registered as an engineer. And both, they have some significance when you think about, can I work as an engineer if I am validated, if I am not validated, if I am registered, or if I am not registered? So tonight I hope that I will be able to explain and clarify this to you. So first of all, as I mentioned, it's different between being validated and being registered. Maybe one thing that you didn't know is that the title of engineer is not protected in Australia. So therefore, anyone can claim to be an engineer and practice without the necessary competencies, understanding the standards, or in compliance with the code of ethics. So what's the consequence of that? Because the title of engineer is not really protected in Australia, it means that this exposes our profession to poor quality and also some public safety issues as well. And not counting about potential harm to the environment, financial risks, and obviously safety risks as well. But to fight against that, we're talking about Australia-wide, but then states, here in Australia is a bit different from other countries like Brazil. Here, each state will have its own legislation and its own regulation about the profession of engineer. I live in Brisbane, which is the capital of Queensland, and in Queensland is the only state that has a full registration scheme since, I think, it's been 90 years already. So you can think about 2022, 1922 would be 100 years, so about 1930s. From the 1930s, Queensland has a legislation about the registration of professional engineers of Queensland. So here in Queensland, if you are providing engineering services, professional engineering services, you need to be registered with the Board of Professional Engineers of Queensland. I'm going to talk about it. Sorry, guys, I would have to blow my nose again. Sorry. But going back to the question, do I need to be validated to work as an engineer? And sometimes I follow some of the comments in Facebook and I give my opinion. A lot of people, they mix up thinking that you just need to be validated or registered as an engineer if you're going to sign designs. That's a very common mistake. It's not just about signing a design. It's about providing professional engineering services. Queensland, as I've mentioned, has already a full comprehensive registration scheme. New South Wales and Victoria, they started last year from 1 July 2021. They started the registration scheme as a professional engineer. It's not really for all the fields of engineering, and there is, depending on the type of engineering, you will have some transition time as well. But I'm going to talk about the examples in Queensland, for example, which is probably where New South Wales and Victoria and other states are going to follow as well. Here in Queensland, for you to practice or provide professional engineering service, PES, you need to be registered as a professional engineer together with the Board of Professional Engineers of Queensland. If you are not registered, you need to be closely supervised by a registered professional engineer of Queensland. Or you don't need to be registered if you are following a prescriptive procedure, a prescriptive standard. Then you don't need to be registered. But the work of the professional engineer of Queensland sometimes is not just signing designs. Even if you are delivering a project, sometimes you need to make decisions which are considered to be PES, professional engineering service. For example, if you are doing, let's say you are a civil engineer and you are delivering a spray seal job. So it's a road that you're going to surfacing, and you're utilizing seal, bitumen seal. And let's say that for some whatever reason, because of the gravel or because of some issues with the delivery of the seal, you need to change the design or the spray rate of bitumen in your spray seal. And then you're going to take few things in consideration, and then you will change the spray rate of bitumen. This decision of changing the spray rate, because the spray rate of the seal would have been done by an engineer and who calculated the amount of liters per square meter, whatever. And if you change that, it means that you are taking a decision, you are making a decision, and you are providing a professional engineering service. And if you direct your working crew, for example, to change the spray rate of bitumen, this is professional engineering services. So you need to be a registered professional engineer of Queensland, therefore also obviously validated, to be able to make that decision and change that spray rate. And as you can see, it's not just about signing a design or signing technical papers. If you make that call, if you change something which was designed by an engineer, you yourself, you need to be also registered. And if you are not registered, or if you don't consult with a registered engineer, or if you're not closely supervised by a registered engineer, you are going against the Act, the Professional Engineers Act 2002, and you're actually committing a criminal offense here in Queensland. So it's very important that if you are in Queensland And if you are providing engineering services, professional engineering services, you need to be registered or obviously validated, because validation is stage one of your engineering career. Let's say that you are an overseas engineer, and then you want to validate your engineering qualification so you can, for example, keep going in the process of being registered, or if it is a requirement for your visa, it could be a requirement for your sponsor to be validated. So that is stage one. And then after you do stage one, you work towards your stage two, which is to get your Chartered Professional Engineer status with Engineers Australia, or your RPH with Professionals Australia, or with other specific assessing entities. For example, mining would have their own organization. The chemical engineers will have their own organization. The structural engineers, they'll have their own organization as well. And then stage two is when you attain what is equivalent to a Chartered Professional Engineer status. And with that status, you can then here in Queensland apply to be a Registered Professional Engineer of Queensland. In short, we call RPEQ. And as an RPEQ, I am an RPEQ. I don't have I think I have my card somewhere here. I've got my card as RPEQ. Where is my card as RPEQ? Yeah, that's here. See if I can, you guys can see. So that's RPEQ, and yeah, that's the back. I'm in the civil category, and which is my certificate of registration, and I just renewed my certificate of registration from now until June next year. So being RPEQ, it means that I can work without being supervised. I can make professional and provide professional engineering services in my field of engineering without really breaching the law. So this point is very, very important, that it's not just signing designs, because I see a lot of comments. People think that if you're not signing anything, you don't need to be validated, you don't need to be registered. But as long as you are providing engineering service, and providing engineering service, professional engineering services, it's very, very broad. It's about designs, it's about calculation, it's about changing a design, it's about even when you're delivering projects, it's about changing things that you need to use your engineering skills and knowledge. You will do some calculations, you will do some design work as well, and but it doesn't mean that you need to sign. If you just direct somebody to change something, that's enough. You are providing professional engineering services. So again, Queensland has a comprehensive registration scheme. New South Wales started 1 July 2021, and also Victoria started from 1 July 2021. And those ones, just trying to see in my notes here, in New South Wales, yeah, civil engineer, mechanical engineer, electrical engineer, structural engineer, and fire safety engineer. I think those are those ones. For those ones in the Northern Territory, in Tasmania, in South Australia, in Western Australia, in the Australian Territory Capital Territory, you have to consult the state website and make sure what sort of registration or competencies you need to provide to be able to work as an engineer without really getting in trouble. A lot of companies, they probably don't even know that you need to be validated or you need to be registered. And we need to all to remember about the code of ethics that we need. When we graduated, we raised our right hand and we swear that we were going to provide engineering services according to the legislation. And if you are working here in Australia, obviously it means that you are following the Australian legislation. So you need to advise the company. If the company is asking you to do a professional engineering service. And another very important point to clarify is that if you are in Queensland, for example, and if you are providing professional engineering services and you are not RPQ engineer, if the board goes after you, this is a personal prosecution. So the board of professional engineers of Queensland, they're not going to prosecute the company. They're going to prosecute you as a person because you are committing a criminal offense. So don't think that because you're working for a company, the company then is going to protect you, because the offense is a criminal offense of you. It's not really the company doing a criminal offense. It's the person doing the criminal offense. In most companies, even though if the company has a legal team or even if the company has insurance, because you are committing a criminal offense, usually the legal team or the insurance is not going to cover you because you are committing a criminal offense. It's not professional liability, it is a criminal offense. So very important, so you guys don't really get in trouble. So if you think also that this content is interesting, please give the thumbs up, hit the like button in Instagram or Facebook or YouTube. It doesn't cost you anything. It gives me motivation to keep going. As I said, this is live session number 153, which means that each year we've got 52 weeks. We are almost 3 years every week here making live sessions to give content to you, free content to help you in your journey to validate your engineering qualification and also to help you to get your first job as an engineer here in Australia. So if you're liking the content, if you think it's relevant, please give the thumbs up or hit the like button, and it will help Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to distribute this content to many more engineers, so the information can help other engineers as well. And if you have any question, please put in the comments if you have any questions, and I'll be answering them very soon. And also, I don't know if I didn't put in the comments yet, but if you want to participate or know more about the engineering qualification validation here in Australia, I have a free online workshop, and you're more than welcome. I'm just going to get the link. You're more than welcome to attend. Where is that? It's here. If you want to be part of the register in the workshop, I'm going to paste in the comments the link for you to register. You just need to put your name and your email address and hit submit, and then you will be registered to the free workshop, where and the name of the workshop is I Want to Become an Engineer Here in Australia. And in the workshop you will receive by email few videos where I will be explaining to you the whole process of your application to become an engineer in Australia. You can start your application once you watch those videos, because I'm going to teach you in a lot of details how you can do that. And but it's very important that you check your emails, making sure that the emails are not going to the junk mailbox. And if they are, please save my name and my email address in your list of contacts and put as favorites, so the emails, they don't go to the junk mailbox, and you can receive all the videos where I teach you how to start your application to become an engineer here in Australia. All right, so what else do I have here? So basically, the answer to the question, do I need to validate my qualification to work as an engineer in Australia? In some places you don't. Companies will probably hire you without you being validated as an engineer. In other places you will have to do, especially if you are working here in Queensland or New South Wales or Victoria. I believe that the companies now, they are going to ask you to see your validation process, or even for you to be registered as a professional engineer in those states. Here in Queensland, most certainly, if you are going to work in reputable companies providing professional engineering services, you will have to be an RPEQ, Registered Professional Engineer of Queensland, and therefore you need to be validated, because you can just become Registered Professional Engineer of Queensland if you are validated first. All right, I'm going to just double check if is there any questions or comments, and I will then answer those. If not, then I will finish for the night. So yeah, it doesn't look like there is any question there. And again, hit the like button if you think that the content is interesting. And if you have any suggestions for next live sessions, please put in the comments, send me an email or a message in Instagram or Messenger in Facebook. I appreciate your help, because I'm coming here every week to bring subject that is relevant to you. And if you tell me what you want to hear, obviously it's going to be better for me, because then I can address the subjects that you want to hear. I try to think about what subjects could be interested to you, because from the questions that I receive, from the comments that I see in Facebook groups, and from the question boxes that I put in my stories as well. All right. Okay, I would like to thank you guys very much, and I hope to see you next Sunday, 8:30 p.m. Brisbane time, and I'm going to talk about another subject related to the journey of validating your engineering qualification here in Australia. Thank you very much. Have a great end of Sunday, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.